Welcome to a bit of a different episode. I wanted to show off what I do when I'm not playing video games for once. So for once we're going to do a bit of coding. That's what I do when I'm not playing puzzle games. I'm, solving other puzzles. So to kind of give you a dip into it, I decided to kind of do a quick recording of how I would go about solving the Advent of Code year 2021 day 4, which is the giant squid problem. Now it's a lot of fluff. You don't have to read all of it, but basically we're going to be playing bingo with the giant squid. And they give you a bunch of stuff, so they talk about how the submarine has a bingo subsystem to help passengers, blah, blah, blah. But the long and the short of it is that they give you an input file. Here are the numbers that are going to be played in the bingo. And then here are a bunch of bingo cards. But the goal is to keep track of what numbers are being played, and then fill them out on all the bingo cards that you have. Then you have to say that this is the winning board, and that the final number called was 24. The score is the sum of all the unmarked numbers, so all the not highlighted ones. Hopefully you can see the highlighting. And then you multiply it by the winning number. So the last number that was drawn was 24. So it's 188, which is the sum of 10, 16, 15, 19, blah, 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 times 24, which is 4512. Once you have the answer for their actual boards, then you put it into here. And then that's part 1, and you'll get a part 2 as well, but we'll just do part 1 for now, because I think it'll take about 30 minutes. So let's start that up, and I'll show you some other stuff. I've already got the environment set up. So I've already got this kind of impressive file. This is the input file they give you. It's quite long. How many lines is it? 601. So they give you a whole bunch of bingo cards. They're kind of like expanding on the problem, so it's more than just something that you can brute force. Now I've already got everything else set up. So I've got my day 3 solution code from part 2. I've got the bit class.py that I used in part 3. Then I've got my rough notes. So before you start coding anything, you should really write out what you want to talk about. And it's kind of like a script for what you actually want to do. When you think of a bingo card, it's just a bunch of cells arranged in a bit of a grid. And a grid is just an X by Y array, which is just a fun way of saying it's got rows and columns. Now, because we know that the board size is always 5, we can do a bit of math to calculate each of the locations. So the row will hold the X value in the Y equals formula, and then the I value is the column. So then we can say for column 0, 0, so row 0, column 0, we want 0 and 0 to fit into our variables. So 5 times 0 is 0, plus I of 0 is 0. So this will be cell 1, cell 2, cell 3, cell 4. Now that makes it pretty easy, because then you can just store 25 numbers in a list or a row and just use this sort of indexing to access the ones you want. So that's where we start. I'm going to go through a bit of the setup really quick, just because, it's a bit of setup, and then we'll talk about how we're going to solve the solution. Now, what I said already is I'm going to just kind of steal this. I already wrote it, so I'm not going to waste time. And we'll have to redo a bit of this. I'll do a quick skip on it, but bingo card value. And then we'll set up the initial parameters. So we'll have bingo card row and bingo card value. And with a little bit of work, we set it up so that each one has its own calling bit. So I'll go over this in a second, but we are basically initializing. The init is initialize. We're making a bingo card. It has a column value, a row value, just like what we just spoke about, and then the value that's actually stored in it. So the actual number that is on your bingo card. Now I'm going to set up the properties. It's kind of just boilerplate stuff, so I'll just do a quick jump skip. 3, 2, and 1. So all I did was set up the getters and setters, so getting the values and setting the values. So now we've got a bingo card.py, and I can use it with from classes dot bingo card.py, or bingo card, sorry, import bingo card. And that's just what I named it. I named the file bingo card, and the actual class is called bingo card. So now whenever we want to use a bingo card, we can just call bingo card. And if it sounds like it's going to get kind of silly to say bingo card a bunch, and it's going to start sounding like not English, it's normal. That's part of programming. So now we've got our bingo card set up, which means we can read in the input file, and I've already got the list set up. So we've got the list of bingo cards that'll hold all of the user bingo cards, and then the list of winning numbers, which is that first line in the input file. And it's a comma separated list, so we can easily just say, let's put up a counter right here. So we'll say first line flag, just to catch when it's the first line. I suppose we should also get the for loop set up. So we'll do for line in FP, which is our file pointer. If it's the first line, then we want to catch it as the list of winning numbers. So we'll do list of winning numbers equals a list value structure of line.split on commas. And we can do a quick print, so let's just do a print list of winning numbers, just see if that works. All right, and then we can run it. And we get a bit of wonky stuff, so we want to get rid of these lines. These are just empty lines, and we want to strip off this new line at the end. Actually, let's do it as, yeah, that's fine. Line.strip.split. So that'll clean up the first one, and now we know that if it's not the first line, we want to get rid of it as well. So we'll just do a quick, actually, let's make it line equals line.strip. And we'll just print that line, easy peasy. And I'll fit the flag so that it actually increments by 1. So it only goes into this once. For testing, we only had it so that it, always went in there. But now that that's clean, we can come back to our output, and there we go. We've got our list of numbers. So our lines are coming in properly. So now we can start filling out our bingo cards. Now there is a bit of a cheeky way, a bit of a, I think we could use it as a bit of a wonky way to do it, but let's say I equals 0 up here, and then we'll put in a for loop, so it'll only run a certain number of times. So for I in range 1 to, let's do 0 to 4, and we'll just double check the input file, make sure that there's nothing crazy here. So we've got one blank line that we want to skip over. So we'll do next, I think it's next FP. Let's just double check that that compiles properly. Expected indent block, whoops. Let's just do a quick pass here. Okay, so for every line in the file pointer, well, we're gonna kind of cheat it a little bit after the first. So for I in range 0 to 4, we'll set it line is equal to next FP. So the next line, get rid of that pass. And then, so for that line, we have 5 numbers. We then want to put it into our bingo card. I think we can then condense it into a list. So we'll make a new bingo card. We'll do temp bingo card equals new bingo card. Wait, that's not right. That's the wrong language. Equals bingo card. And I think we'll have to change this up because we won't know it's bingo card column. That's completely different. You know what? Now that I think about it, this can probably be simplified just to bingo card values. So we should probably give it something else. So bingo card number. So it's easier to remember which one is which. And then we'll get rid of these two ones and throw in bingo card number. There we go. So now we've made bingo card easier to remember. So we've got a list of values. So every time we make a bingo card, we can then say something like, let's get this order right. A set of values, which we'll just set as a list, and then bingo card counter. And we'll set this so that bingo card counter increments by 1. So now we've got the bingo card. We can call it temp bingo card, and then we can access temp bingo card dot bingo card values, and we can append line.strip dot split, and we'll split on spaces. Then that bingo card can go into our list of bingo cards. List of bingo cards dot append temp bingo card. So then, just for testing, we can go down here and say for bingo card in list of bingo cards, print bingo card. We should actually do bingo card dot bingo card values. Now I'm having a bit of a problem. Not sure where it's breaking, but I think I just need to do a bit of a check. So we'll do print temp bingo card dot bingo card values here, and that should give us a bunch of output and tell us where it's breaking. Let's see. So we've got make bingo card 71, 31, 47. Let's take the last four numbers, 54, 92, 80. I bet you it's the last one in the file. It's not the last one in the file. Oh yeah, it is, right there. Ah, I see. So they've got extra spaces in the file, and that's messing up my code. Okay, unexpected. I think we can do a bit of regex in here. There we go. Okay, so now it's fixed up, I hope. was getting a stop iteration error, which meant it was getting to the end of the file and I was asking it for more lines. The easy way to do it, and the way that I'm going to do it, is just, throw in a stop iteration check. And if it gets to that, just pass on to the next line, which, it's at the end of the file. It'll come back up to here and say, well, we're all out of lines, so let's finish. So now we've got all of our bingo cards set up. They're in a set of lists. So now we start playing with our list of winning numbers. So for the code for this, we'll say, let's line this up. For each number that comes in from the winning numbers, we need to check all of the bingo cards to see if that number is there. If it is, we want to mark it with an X, and we'll do the rest later. So we're just going to go through all of the numbers in the winning numbers list, which is pretty easy to do, I think. We can just set up the winning numbers as a loop, so for winning number in a list of winning numbers, not list of bingo cards, list of winning numbers. And then we want to look through each of the bingo cards. And you know what? Now that I think about it, we might want to fix this up. So it's not an append that we put into here. It'll be temp bingo card values equals the same values. What if you can do a plus equals? Let's try a plus equals. Plus equals line.strip.split on/s plus. That should clean up most of it, and we'll double check our bingo card, make sure we're not doing anything crazy on this side. Might need to reinstate the setter property that I got rid of. Now that it's not going to be a list. Is it going to be a list? Will be a list. No, it won't be a list. Realized I was overcomplicating everything. I was trying to set up a list and then break down the list into a string when I already had the string, so this was the solution that I came up with. Just take the line, add a space, and that should work. Looks like I might have 2 spaces. Maybe we just forget about that. Let's just forget about that for now. That's fine. We can have those extra little spaces. That can be cleaned up later. For now, we have all the bingo numbers. That's good. So, for each winning number, we have to go through each of the bingo lists. So let's do for bingo card in list of bingo cards. In a normal bingo card, you could expect certain numbers in the first column, certain numbers in the second column, but it looks like they just did random strings, random numbers all throughout. So we can't take any shortcuts. We have to check every single number in the list. If bingo card dot bingo card values at position I, so whatever index we're looking at currently. So if we go back to the input file, we'll start at 0, which is our first input, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, all the way to 24. So this is what I will iterate through. We'll go through each of them. If it's equal to the winning number, we'll just set it equal to bingo card dot bingo card values, and position I will be equal to X. That'll be us marking off the box. Now, it doesn't do anything special at this point, but what we can do afterwards is double check all of our bingo cards. So we'll do another for bingo card. Actually, let's just copy this line. It'll be the same thing. And then we'll do a print bingo card dot bingo card values, which will give us a bit of wonky output if it works. No. It has no attribute bingo card values. Yes. Line 69, nice. I probably just typoed right here. Bingo card. List has no attribute split. It's not a list though. I guess we can force it to not be a list. Okay. Uh-oh. Broke it. Where did it break? Broke on the split. Why? hold on. I have to think about this for a second. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh! Oh, it's because I'm dumb. That's why. Okay, hold on. For bingo card in list of bingo cards, this happens here. Separate from that. Well, then I can just do bingo card dot bingo card values dot split. Aha. Okay, so it seems to be working now. Hopefully it's now working. I think it's working. Now we need to tell it when to stop. So I think we'll just define check row for completion, and then we'll have to check columns as well. Check calls for completion. I'll put a pass in there. So for rows, it's pretty easy. You would just do, we'll have a bingo card coming in, and we're checking for 5 X's in a row. 5 X's in like a row in the column, not like 5 X's in the sequence. So we can have these 5 X's, but if we had X, 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 and then an X, that doesn't count as a win. So we can do a flag. So let's set flag equal to 0. Actually, we don't even need a flag. We can just do this and return false if we make it through the entire thing. False. Typing is hard. And we'll count by 5. So the step will be 5. I guess we need to set our values as well. I equals 0 and j equals 0. For j in range, I plus 5. If bingo card at position, sorry, bingo card at bingo card values at position j equals x, and we'll do the counter equals 0, counter plus equals 1. If counter ever equals 5, return true. And we can test it to make sure it works, but for now let's just assume it works. And we can go through it once more. So we get a bingo card in for I in range of 0 to 25, incrementing by 5. We set a counter to check the number of x's, and then we start at I, going to I plus 5 in the rows. If the bingo card at j is equal to x, then we count up. We do that 5 times. If the counter is 5, then we have 5 x's in a row, return true. Cool. That seems correct. And then I think we can copy most of the code for the columns. Let's just throw it in here and then work through it. So we'll still be incrementing across all of the values. So I think we want to keep the range of 25. How do you count columns? Well, a column is, actually, we might just need to do 0 to 5. There's 5 columns, okay. And let's get rid of the j range because it's going to confuse me. So j in range 0 to 5. Then we do our math. So we did the math before at the top. So y equals 5x plus I. Then our math would be if bingo card dot bingo card values at position 5 times I plus j, and we'll put some brackets in there just in case, is equal to x, counter plus equals 1. We'll throw that counter up there where it's supposed to go. Wait, no, hold, it goes there. And then same thing as before. If counter equals 5, return true. So for a column, start a counter, and then for the 5 rows in that counter, using the formula we decided on. Oh, this is backwards. 5 times j plus I. So for row 0, it'll be 5 times 0 plus, let's say, 0. Then for row 1, it'll be 5 times 1 plus 0, and then 5 times 2 plus 0. Yeah, okay, so that makes more sense. And those are both returning true and false. So then we can come into, where are we adding the x's? Right here. And we can say, and we come in here, check bingo bango bongo equals check rows for completion, and we'll give it the bingo card. And then we can say, actually let's put this into 2 variables. and maybe rename it something better. Check rows for bingo. Then we'll copy that and say check columns for bingo. If check rows for bingo or check columns, and then we can print the bingo card if we really want to. I guess we need to for now, so we'll do, just for testing, we'll do this and then print bingo card dot bingo card values. And then just because I don't want to go any further, we'll do a return. Check columns for completion is not defined. What did I call it? Check calls. Winning bingo found, card number 88. Okay, so we've got a row on the top. So assuming that's correct, we can take that number. We'll need to get another variable out. We'll call it winning bingo card number equals 0, and we'll set it down here instead of printing this. Winning bingo card number equals bingo card dot bingo card number. And I think now that we have this, we need to put this into a function so it's easier to like catch the winning number. So we'll do winning bingo card number equals find winning bingo card, and we'll give it list of winning numbers and list of bingo cards. Down here, don't want to scroll, so I'll just do it right here. Define find winning bingo card. We give it list of winning numbers and a list of bingo cards, and we throw all this into there. Now the return makes sense, so we can put a return here and say return bingo card dot bingo card number. Fix that A and get rid of that. And let's say return -1 if there is no winning bingo card, which I don't think is possible. I think they cover all the numbers. But, you know, just in case, we can catch it. So we'll do the math or the logic out here. So if winning bingo card number equals -1, print fatal error, ya done goofed. And now that we assume that it's not a fatal error, we can go through and say for numbers in list of bingo cards at position winning bingo card number. And we'll have to do, I start them at 0, so that should work. We'll print numbers, and we should make that number. Let's try that, and we'll get rid of this. Don't expect it to work on the first attempt. Bingo card object is not iterable. That's new. 76. Ah, oh yeah, okay. That makes sense, I think. Yes, I need, I missed a bit. So it needs to be this dot list bingo card values, that's what it's called. Bingo card values. Now let's print those numbers. Okay, there's our winning bingo card. It's a little bit wonky looking. We could make it look better, but for now that's good. So now we just got to go through and say number equals x, pass, else. We'll need a sum variable, calculation, or summation of bingo, remaining bingo numbers equals 0. And then down here we'll do summation plus equals number, and we'll convert that to an integer and pray that works. Let's actually do number.strip just in case. We did have a bit of an issue with spacing before, so I'll just, you know, for sanity's sake, we'll put in the strip. All right, and then outside of it, we can say print. We'll do a formatted print and say summation of the remaining bingo numbers is summation of remaining bingo numbers, close squiggles, final value is equal to winning bingo card number times summation of remaining numbers, And we can say print f final value da 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 is equal to final value. And let's hope this works. Clear the screen, and so we get summation of the final remaining bingo numbers is 939. Multiply that by 88, and you get 82,632. Now, moment of truth. Let's see if we did anything correct. So let's pull up the window that had the advent on it. There it is. Okay. So we've got a number. It might not be the right one, but we've got a number. Ah, we didn't get it right. So it looks like the answer is too high, which means we got something wrong along the way. Okay, I'll putter around for a moment. Let's run back to the code. It might just be a dud for now. I'll keep looking around. Let's just do a double quick check. We might just be off by 1. So let's do winning card number minus 1. There we go. 81,693. I think it did say that our number was too high, so let's quickly run back to the other window. Maybe this is it. No. Okay, so I don't think I want to waste your time anymore. I'll see if I actually get this posted, and I'll put the actual answer in this big space right here. I think I'm just off by a little bit. Maybe my card numbers are wrong, but I think that that's the winning bingo card. But thanks for coming along for what I do for fun when I'm not doing other things. I'm going to go to work now, and I guess I will catch you in the next one.